week, a new band. Brought to you by NZ On Air. The Active Live. Yeah.
Kia ora koutou katoa. Yes, indeed, you're here on The Active Live, thanks to, of course, to our friends at NZ On Air. And we are here with the one and only Nicolas franchise. Nicolas with a lowercase n.
Yes,
That's
correct.
the one. Thanks so much for joining us today, team. It's lovely to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Thank you.
No, we're lucky to have you. Tell us a bit, do you want to introduce your band for us?
Yeah, totally. We're Nicolas franchise. We've got Connor on bass, Nat on keys, Juan on drums, and Mo on guitar.
Beautiful. And what's the first track you got for us?
We're going to kick it off with Going Places.
Beautiful. Let's tuck into that, shall we?
Yeah. Going places, so you and me, we're going places, and now the Boeings take us. You and me, we're going places, showing spaces. You and me, we're going places, we are. True it seems we're going places, knowing spaces, doing dreams, moving team, we're going places, and now the Boeings take us. You and me, we're going places, showing spaces. You and me, we're going places, we are.
Gosh, I love that. I've got to say the vocals in that song are really cool. I love the choices that you guys have made to sing together and apart in certain places. That's awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, cheers.
And it's so lovely to have you in the live room, as I was saying before. You guys are on tour. This is part of, the stop over on the way to the Wellington show. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's true. This is the middle of the tour. We've got Wellington right in the middle of the 5, just had Christchurch and Dunedin.
Yeah. How were they?
Cool, yeah, it was good. We played Starters in Dunedin, which is an old classic homestead spot. Real fun. and then Darkroom in Christchurch, which I hadn't been to before. I don't think any of us, or maybe one of us had, but it was so sick. Yeah, real cool, packed out little bar vibe, really good.
Oh, that's so nice to hear. Now, you guys are playing San Fran tonight. And you're no strangers to San Fran. You played there December last year, is that right?
Yeah, we had a single release there for Get Up in December. Yeah.
December-ish.
Yeah.
What's your favourite thing about playing San Fran?
It's pretty iconic. I'd say like all the artists that have played there in the past, and just knowing that you're on the same stage as like some giants. That's pretty amazing. Yeah.
It's a beautiful way of putting it. I love that. So you've got 3 other dates on the tour, is that correct?
Yeah, so tonight, and then Auckland next Friday, and then Saturday next weekend is the Mount, and that's a wrap.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that you're playing the Mount as well, because quite often bands don't think to go there, and it's such an awesome place to play.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
It's the Mount.
I know, it's the Mount.
Tauranga.
I love that. Now, you're no strangers to touring around the place. I know you've done a US tour previously, and I know you get asked about it all the time. All the time. But I wanted to ask a little bit about like the difference, or what you feel the difference is between playing to audiences here and playing to audiences in the US.
Yeah. Well, it was. I mean, it's very similar. You know, like if you're like a band of this size, like a little indie band. It's just the people are the same wherever you go in a way. You know, like over there, it's just a bunch of kids who just want to like get out, listen to some live music as well. So yeah, I don't know if it's so different. It's just like America's a pretty crazy place, but there's differences for sure. But you know, when you're in like a venue, like in playing music, it's pretty similar. Like you would be surprised.
That's very interesting to hear. I'm glad to hear that you like. I get a lot of bad press about America from bands that come back there, just because not because the audiences aren't amazing, but because it's quite hard to organise and quite intense to organise tours and things. How did you find that aspect of the tour?
Oh yeah, well, I've always been really lucky to have some epic people helping me out, helping the band out, including on this tour, booking and stuff. Sam and that do a huge job. But yeah, and over there, Jack was cranking the booking. So they Jack and Jordan, who were running it with the other band, they had a couple hiccups, but yeah, I wish I could speak on that. I can't really. Lucky to have help.
That's amazing. You've obviously cultivated a wonderful community of friends. And speaking of which, tell us about how the band got together. Yeah,
well, I guess me and Con, old buds from uni. Yeah, real good mates for a long time, and always keen to play together. So that was just always waiting to happen. And then Nat's an old classical pianist and girlfriend, so it was like, hey, what about the synthesizer? And then Mo, actually, we played a gig with a long time ago as 2 bands that we didn't really realise at the time, but since have worked out that we were, once on the same stage together way back, and then I guess from there we just knew it was meant to be for this one. And then one was just like walking down the street one day with his like long black hair just flowing, and I was like, do you play drums? And he said yes, and next thing, so
serendipity.
Very serendipitous type stuff.
Oh, that's lovely to hear. So tell us a bit about this tour, I should say, is to promote your second album. Is that correct?
Yes.
Congratulations on
Thank
releasing
you.
that. That came out early April, as far as I'm aware. Return on investment.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about the difference between. So your last album, I know, was written while you were overseas in Portland, in Oregon, in America, as we've been chatting about before. How was the writing process for you for this album versus your last album? I can imagine quite a difference there, given the environment.
Yeah. Well, I suppose most of the songs on the first one were actually written in like uni in Dunedin, and then managed to like kind of record them before getting over there. So this one though has been a lot more working around just like kind of normal job living and like moving to a new city, Wellington, been here for a year and a little bit, and that's a funny thing because I've got all these old ideas, and you sort of try pick one and try work on it for that night and see where you can get to. As opposed to sort of having like limitless time to just like sink in, but eventually got that time by like booking out an Airbnb up in the hut. So, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not a very good word user, but yeah, there were similarities.
That's very interesting. I like the idea of having to like take yourself away from your current reality to engage with your songwriting process.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Do you do that for single writing as well, or do you kind of have explosions of creativity, for lack of a better phrase?
I suppose it's more dedicated time to like making a project, making an LP, and then maybe cherry pick the singles from there. Not so much. I mean, I had a single, but there's some nights where you maybe don't intend to make any kind of thing, and then you're on your laptop and you're like, oh, this is cool, and that's kind of the best part if it kind of happens out of nowhere. But yeah.
That's beautiful. Can you tell us, are there any songs on the album that came to you that way and that you specifically remember?
Oh yeah, Homie was quite based on just like mucking around on the computer, getting more and more familiar with Ableton and like working out some tricks on there that were real fun. And yeah, it was kind of like a Saturday morning, just like started playing some keys, and then you're like, oh shit, I'll plug some stuff in. All right, and then yeah, so that was pretty on the fly.
Beautiful. Oh, that's a great way to do it. Are you playing Homie while you're here?
Not yet.
No.
We'll have to
You'll have to
wait.
go tonight to see it.
Yeah.
So what's the next track you got for us?
Oh, yeah, Just For Once Now. The third single on the album.
Beautiful. I want to talk about the music video for this one, actually, so this will work quite well.
Oh, yeah, cool. Something of sale, but you're the something that's true. You got me crying on news. You got me dying half old. You got the sun on your hill. You got the wind in your hair. Was thinking that we were back. Yeah, we were back just for once now. 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 Just for once, yeah. You got me something upset, but you're the something that's true. You got me crying on knees. You got me dying half old. You got the sun on your hair. You got the wind in your hair. Was thinking that we were back. Yes, we were back just for once now. 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 Just for once now.
immediate endings and immediate stops. It's really, really fun. I'm loving that.
Cheers.
So you mentioned that you moved up from Dunedin to Wellington.
Yeah.
We love having you here. What made you decide to come to the beautiful city of Porneke?
Oh, Porneke. I don't know. It's just always been like the promised land in a way. Like the next stage that was always going to come. I don't know. It's a gorgeous city. There's lots going on, you know. It's your classic, bigger, but not like sprawling like Auckland. Even though Auckland is still good. Not bad. Anyway, it's just, yeah.
I've been working on it for a long time. I was fostering it ever since like uni, just trying to make it happen.
I see. When did you move up here?
I was born and raised here, so I was kind of just like, I was just always going to come back to Wellington after uni, and I always wanted the music to continue, so I was just trying to link everyone up and keep it going.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. What a great inspiration for coming here.
Hard out, yeah.
That's
Connor
awesome.
definitely, yeah. Got us here in the end.
Yeah, you did well, Connor.
Thank you.
So I mentioned this before you guys played that beautiful track just then, but I wanted to talk a bit about the music videos that you have been putting out recently. You put out 3 in the last little while, and it's really cool to see you're a co-director on almost all, or if not all of those. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Why is that important to you to be that hands-on, I suppose you'd say, in your visuals?
Yeah, it's a really fun part of it. I think there's something fun about being a bit of like a amateur and like trying to like do something without knowing all like the ins and outs and knowing what's hard and what's not. And like there's something exciting about like, oh, imagine this, and you don't know why that's hard or silly or like doesn't really work. So you kind of have this like simple-minded, ignorant, blissful attitude towards going about it. And then like, I don't know, that kind of energized me to be like, because I didn't know much about video making, to be like, what about this, and then I think trying these images that in my mind were working quite well, or like referencing things and trying to copy in some regard those was really something I was trying to do. And I don't know, I guess I always like having like hands on with like the creative side of the project, and was keen to get in on that.
Get stuck in. That's very cool. And do you find with your visual representation in general, do you have quite a hands-on approach to that as well? Album covers and the like.
Yeah, totally. I have a lot of fun. Again, being a bit of a layman on visuals and like trying to get better and better at that stuff, but because I have so much fun with it. So yeah, definitely, I find it really enjoyable. Yeah.
That is so cool. And when you're writing your music, do you find visuals or visual content in general inspiring? Do you have any particular inspirations for, say, the specific album you've just written?
Oh, yeah, I don't think so. Which is a kind of a boring answer. Yeah, probably.
Hey, it's the answer.
It's just probably just based on like thoughts and feelings from the lyrical content more than like imagery. Sometimes a lot of those songs are set in the same place, but yeah.
True. Do you find it easy to bring, because that raises an interesting point about the personal quality to your lyricism, do you find it easy to write about personal things? Do you find that flows out of you, or is that something that you, like, is it something you enjoy? I often talk to artists who kind of find it a cathartic experience, but or kind of find it a bit confronting, or, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think absolutely, yeah. It's definitely cathartic sometimes. It can be like a big release, and like it can be like something you didn't know was there. And then sometimes you're wanting to not be so like literal. You're trying to be like tactful about what you're saying, and because if it's too straight up, it can kind of almost lose the effect, ironically. So yeah, but definitely it can feel like a real nice cathartic release if you get that out there.
That's very interesting. And so I know, Connor, you were one of the co-directors on the videos, going back to those. Yeah. How is your like visuals and your creative representation in this band? How do you feel about that?
I feed a lot off other people when I'm kind of trying to come up for inspiration and stuff like that. So it was really nice having Nick on board, and I just remember one day by the velodrome when we were location scouting, and we finished the drone shoots, and we kind of just had this moment of like 5 minutes, and we just fired ideas back and forth, and we literally wrote half the music video in 5 minutes, pretty much. And it was at a very amateur level, and we didn't really know what the hell we were doing or how to do it. We didn't have any gear, and so there was a lot of text messages just flying away, and it was just like a positive attitude, and we knew it was going to be pretty amateur and shit, but at the same time we knew we would have fun doing it, and yeah.
I have to say, for the amount of times you said that it's amateur, it looks pretty professional. Like, you guys have done really well. It's amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's also worth mentioning, like, not on Going Places, but the other two, Jake Munro gave us a huge hand, and he's like good buddy. He's not an amateur at all.
Yeah, he's
and he
big shout outs.
Yeah, big shout out to him. And he just kind of one day was like living with me, and then we just started making these music videos. It was great. But yeah, he's an epic talent. And huge thanks to Jake as well. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Shout out to Jake if you're listening. So you created in other bands before? I'm loving the connection you two have, creatively speaking. It's really lovely to see, and it's quite organic, for lack of a better phrase. But have you done solo projects or other projects outside of this?
Yeah. I have. I've been engaging in my own project for a wee while now, over the past 3 or 4 years. It's taken a wee while, but it's just starting to bear fruit, and I've released 3 singles under the name Friendlies. And so we've got those on Spotify, and we're about to release an album in about a month or 2, I'd say.
That's great to know. I've listened to your music. That's very cool to
Oh,
see.
awesome. Sweet, hello.
Awesome to have you here.
Thank you.
So you guys are playing with Michael Llewellyn and General Vibe tonight, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's the connection you guys have to them?
We used to flat with Mike in Dunedin, so just straight nepotism. No, but he's a talent. He's finally got his album. We're almost there, but he's sick and real different from the usual. So it's awesome to have him on stage. And General Vibe, through the Wellington scene, just kind of heard about them, but a bunch of musicians like I admire and are real good and have a really cool sound. So lucky to get them to say yes to come play with us. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, it's going to be a great lineup, those two. It's sort of a shameless shout out slightly, but Bella, who is Michael's partner, is one of our interns here.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah,
Nice.
so a bit full circle there, quite funnily enough.
Yeah, true. There you go.
That's awesome. So shall we have another track?
Yes.
Why not?
Not got too long to go, so we should get the playing going.
Yeah.
What have you got for us next?
Right now, from the first album, right now. Apathetic, not sure what I did last Wednesday night. Just forget it. Not sure if I like the thought of you or just the thought of you against my skin. Oh girl, oh girl. City, no faced about you, that's self-prescribed. Very static, so not sure if I like the thought of you or just the thought of you against my skin. Oh girl, the times I feel so small. I'm so close to you right now. Didn't think I'd feel, but oh, this is for real somehow. I could only take, but no, nothing's fake, not now. right now. So no, that can't be true, 'cause I'm so close to you right now. Didn't think I'd feel what always is for real somehow. But I could only take, but oh, nothing's fake, not now. So no, that can't be true, 'cause I'm so close to you right now. Didn't think I'd feel what always is for real somehow. But I could only take, but oh, nothing's fake, not now.
That was awesome, team. So that was from Set Up, the 2018 release, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful. Can we be expecting, I should say, to hear a lot of the first album's tracks tonight?
Yeah, you will. You shall.
Very, very exciting. Now, I want to change tack slightly and ask you about your genre. Tell us about pop raunch rock.
Yeah, pop raunch rock.
What does that mean?
Oh, well. You know, it's the tears, it's the joy, it's the frustration, the angst, the love, the relief, all at once coming out. Very raunchy, relatable, and yeah, definitely, you know, pop music at the end of the day. We're just here to make some popular music as a franchise. So yeah, it's that's pure pop raunch rock, I'd say.
And are you a franchise, would you say?
Yeah, we're actually opening up all around the world once the pandemic sort of drops off, and we'll be expanding. Yes.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
So we can expect to see you in different locations at different times.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, we've got some good AI technology. Yeah, definitely.
That is particularly exciting. Now, before the show tonight, do you have any final thoughts that you want to share with your Wellingtonian fans?
Oh, just be great to see you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you
we're
very
all
much
really
for coming
excited to see
out.
everyone, and I guess we just can't wait to play, and it's going to be a really dancey show. Everyone, just can't wait to see everyone dancing. Yeah, come on out.
That is so much fun. So we can catch you guys tonight at San Fran. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been awesome. You guys can play one more song out if you like. What's the track you're going to play now?
It's called Felt the Same.
Beautiful.
And thanks for having us. Yeah,
hey,
thank
it's
you.
so lovely to have you all here. Thanks so much for being here. And thanks to NZ On Air Music as well for supporting us as they do with
Thank
this
you.
show every time. We love
Thank
them.
you, NZ. On air. Wanted some more, could have given some more. You're cool when you know it. Play the fool, don't you love it? Made you move when you want it. A great move. If you want it, we could both be high. If you want it, we can stay behind. Don't to leave you, I won't seem to beat you. No use retreating. Still there's one thing I believe in. Under that rug, romance lay. You were in love, and I felt the same. 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 you wanted to know. Oh, oh, oh. If you want this, we can both behind. You think you're naughty, kick me for the ride. Oh, but don't need to leave you. I wanted to beat you. No, it's retreating. Still there's one thing I believe in. To that romance lay. You were in love and I felt the same. 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 And I.
In the studio. Brought to you by NZ On Air.
Hello, 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 hello. This is your Midnight Marauder program. The average bounce meter for your Midnight Marauder program will be in the area of 95.
Oh, 95, yes, but let's not put a limit on it. Eh? People love a bit of doof-doof. Midnight Marauders, Friday, 11 till 1 a.m.